My favorite thing about writing Jared Mitchell's story is that it was gruesome and it was just an interesting story. It's something that I really wanted to learn about, and when he told me, I was just so shocked that this had even happened to somebody on campus.
My favorite part about Murray was that I actually got to experience the whole making of the film. It was fun to be there as that story was unfolding. And just being there and experiencing the whole film was my favorite part.
My favorite part about writing the story was getting to know Jake the best, or Michaela. The story behind the story was really interesting, and the challenges she had to go through were really tough for her, and so writing about that, it felt really good to get her story.
My favorite thing about writing the girls' golf story was probably having to go out to the driving range and actually seeing their team dynamic and how everything functioned. It was really interesting, and I also got to interview Mr. Stewart, which was really fun.
The reason the story is so good is because it helps explain the stadium and how it's going to help the school, and it's really important to Grigori.
Well, my favorite part of the story is when Alejandra was crouched in the bushes while she was hiding from the man on the cell phone, because I can just see it in my head.
The calculus story was challenging because I had to go to Davis and find out a lot more information about how the students traveled there, and it was still a great idea because they were the only students that went to 2 schools this year.
My favorite part about the challenged athlete story was the interview I had with Miss Abshire and Miss Burford. And Miss Burford started talking about how some challenged students weren't really seen as equal, and she was really getting into it, and I could kind of hear her voice starting to crack, and could tell she was kind of on the verge of tears. She never really broke down, but to see someone that passionate about people who are looked down upon by some parts of society was really an amazing experience for me as a journalist.
Favorite part about writing the story probably was talking about the picture to Kyle and Raquel. The picture was just so funny that I was so happy that I had it to represent part of what The Wedding Singer was about.
My favorite thing about writing the Bleacher Creature story was being able to write about the students' spirit and how we should make it more involved and spectacular and just out there.
And the Bleacher Creatures portrayed how spirit could come from anyone, even from a freshman, not really an upperclassman, and it serves an example for next year.